In 2011, the world received what looked like a simple, high-concept summer blockbuster, Real Steel. On paper, the pitch was straightforward, almost childish. Rocky meets Transformers, giant remote-controlled robots beating the oil out of each other in a futuristic fighting. But 15 years later, the movie hasn't faded into obscurity. In fact, it has achieved massive cult status. And why? Because director Sean Levy hid a beautiful lie right in the center of the film. Real Steel isn't actually a movie about technology. It is a movie about the exact opposite, in fact. It is an exploration of human isolation, the devastating weight of regret, and how a discarded piece of junk became the bridge that reconnected a broken father and an abandoned son. Today, we are diving deep into the scrap heap and to look into the emotional anatomy of Adam. We are going to look at how a movie fosters connection and explore the subtle, brilliant cinematic clues that prove Adam wasn't just a machine, he was alive.
Can you understand? Don't worry. Your secret's safe with me.
To understand how Adam creates a connection, we have to look at the wreckage he was dropped into. Charlie Kenton is a black hole of human being at the start of the story, insanely selfish and really only cared about himself. He is a former boxer yet left behind when the sport went mechanical. He is broke, desperate, and deeply cynical. When his estranged son, Max, enters his life, Charlie doesn't see a boy, he sees a payday. He literally sells the kid's temporary custody to buy a new fucking robot. Charlie treats people exactly how he treats the machines, uses them until he breaks, abandons them, and then move on to the next piece of scrap. It's shown multiple times throughout the show too that Charlie is a very unreliable person. I mean, it literally in the start of the movie, it starts out by him in a conversation with somebody that he fucking owes. And then, not only that, when he lost ambush to a fucking bull for showing off, he then ran away like a pussy. This guy's supposed to be a world-class boxer. I get it, he was probably just scared of the loan sharks. But come on, man. You promised what you promised. You should have paid. But he ran away. When he meets Max, he realized that his ex had just passed away and now his son is an orphan. So he gave up his custody to his aunt and uncle because obviously he thinks to himself, I'm a piece of shit father and I'm not going to ever be a good father and be there for Max. But connection in this movie is born in the mud. When Max falls off that ledge, it is a literal Gen 2 sparring robot that catches him, not his fucking dad. Even Max declares, he saved me. From that exact moment, that dynamic shifts. Adam is not a sleek, computerized, modern fighter. He is an old, rusted sparring bot. He cannot carry a heavy payload of programming and he doesn't have an automatic repair suit. He requires hand-on, meticulous care. This is the first layer of Levy's brilliant script. To make a machine and man foster connection between the three, you must make it require human labor. By forcing Charlie and Max to physically work to rebuild Adam, the robot becomes a neutral ground. They aren't talking about the mother who died or the father who ran away. They are talking about hydraulics, wiring, and fighting. And Adam becomes a safe harbor where a bitter man and a lonely boy can finally learn to speak the same language. But the true magic is of when Real Steel handles the concept of robot sentience. The movie never gives you a scene where Adam speaks or code flashes across his eyes, saying sentience initialized. Is entirely visual, operating on a spectrum of ambiguity. Adam's primary feature that everyone seems to stand out to them is his shadow mode, where he will literally pretend to be you and copy what you're doing just by looking at you. He uses human movement. He mirrors us. He's almost empathetic in that way. Also, the dancing is a spectacular narrative device. On a surface level, it is a fun gimmick to get the crowd hyped, but underneath it is a visual representation of empathy. Adam is learning to mimic human joy. He's absorbing Max's spirit. And then, there are the quiet moments. The moments where the movie leaves it up to you, the viewer, the decipherer. The questions that I ponder is, why does a machine look at its own reflection when no one is giving it a command? Why does it tilt its head in a gesture of pure and existential curiosity? Later in the film, Max looks into Adam's blue eyes and whispers, "Your secret is safe with me." And the film is constantly teasing us with the idea that something inside has sparked Adam, and it might be human. Because Adam was built as a sparring bot, a machine designed strictly to take absolute punishment and keep standing, Adam is an algorithmic baseline for resilience. When you mix that with mechanical resilience with Max's fierce love and belief, the boundary between software and soul begins to completely dissolve. I think this becomes glaringly true when go back to when Mac found Adam and dug him out and drug him to the truck. He immediately attacks his father. He doesn't try to ask his dad for help or nothing. He knows his dad will be there, but his immediate instinct is to attack him because he left him down there even though he knew he just almost died. So at this point in the film, his father and Max are not on good terms. If anything, Max would probably much rather go and do it on his own than be with his father. But once his dad starts to kind of give it a chance, even though in the beginning his dad wasn't really on his side, he eventually did give him a fight. And he eventually won that fight. Although the zoo fight with Adam's first debut, he kind of fucked up a little bit, made a couple mistakes, but he outlasted and eventually won and got the robot to beat himself to death. That then started the idea in the hotel of the deal that the two made, that he would dance to get the crowd hyped up and Charlie would train Adam to be one of the best robots out there. And that's exactly what happened. There's a montage of them completely fucking destroying the competition all the way up until Twin Cities, and they had to use their brain and be strategic because Twin Cities is very, very, very high-powered malware. They have multiple human controllers. Well, against a real-life boxer and Shadow Mode Adam, that ain't gonna happen. Adam obviously, cooked him. He fucking destroyed him. And everything culminates into the final bout against Zeus, and Zeus represents the apex of corporate emotionless technology. He is a machine controlled by a flawless computer program that calculates every outcome. He has no flaws because he has no humanity. And during the fight, Adam's voice controls are completely fucking destroyed. He can no longer hear hands, and he is sitting duck because away from being turned into a pile of aluminum fucking cans. And this is the emotional peak of the entire film. And by utilizing the shadow mode in the final rounds, Charlie is no longer playing a video game with a controller. He is boxing. He is in his fucking flow state. Every time Charlie ducks, Adam ducks. Every time Charlie throws a vicious left hook, Adam delivers it with perfection. The machine ceases to be a tool and becomes an absolute extension of the man. For years, Charlie hid from his failures behind alcohol, cheap talk, broken metal, and loan sharks. But standing there, mirroring his robot, he forced to show his son exactly who he used to be. He isn't a deadbeat dad anymore, he is a warrior. And look closely at Max's face in this scene. He isn't watching the robot, he is looking at his father with absolute unadulterated awe. Adam didn't just survive the round, he channeled the father's forgotten greatness and handed it back to his son. Adam loses the official scorecard decision on a technicality. He leaves the arena as the people's champion. In a world obsessed with shiny perfection and sterile calculated automation, a bruised, dented robot from the junkyard proved that people still love heart and soul still matters. Was Adam truly alive? Did he have a ghost in his circuits? Perhaps it doesn't matter because life isn't about breathing, it's about the impact you leave on the world around you. Adam woke up a dormant father, saved a lonely kid, and built a family out of thin air and rusted iron. And for a machine made of real steel, that is the lives that it gets.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.